This has to do with corporate setup or setting up a business legally. What do I need to do in order to set up a legal business? Now there's a couple of different options here. You can set up a corporation. There's something called a limited liability company. And sometimes people just want to use a trade name or a business name. And these things can be done fairly easily through the Secretary of State in your jurisdiction where you live. Now the question is, why should I hire an attorney to help me with this? Well, there's a couple of important reasons. The main reason people usually want to set up a corporation or some sort of business entity is to protect themselves from liability. If you're out there doing business, things can go wrong, let's face it. And if they do, you'd like to protect yourself from those liabilities spilling over into your personal life. This is a very helpful thing to have. An attorney can help you for a fairly modest cost, in our case, to make sure, number one, you pick the right entity that you need to do. Does it need to be a corporation? Should it be a limited liability company? What's the difference? Which one should I pick? The other thing we can do is to help you properly document your business entity. This is very important because if something does go wrong and somebody is unhappy with your business or there's some kind of a lawsuit or a problem, it's very important that things have been documented along the way. In other words, this is a real business, it's a real legal entity. It's not just a stack of papers that you have in a file that you never really looked at. And I find that's the case a lot of times with business owners, is that they've never really sort of followed their P's and Q's. And we can do that for you. So we have a basic service where we'll set up your entity, we'll talk to you and your CPA if necessary to make sure it's the right one. We'll document it for you, and then we provide a service which is a registered agent service. Now, what's a registered agent? Well, the law requires when you set up a business entity that you designate some person to be your agent in case somebody wants to sue you or give you some kind of a legal notice. Now, who should that be? It's a good idea, we think, to have an attorney be that person. It's the point of contact that somebody will see if they're looking up your business on the internet and they're checking you out. And it generally helps if you have an attorney as your registered agent. It just gives you that little bit of extra flexibility. We provide these services at a fairly reasonable cost. We will set up your entity, and then we will annually conduct your required meetings, keep minutes and notes of all these things. And believe me, it's very helpful for you in the future. It's one less thing for you to have to worry about.